Okay guys, so here's a little demo about failure zone. So typically we talk about the failure point, or we go to the failure level. It's like an event, right? Because we get to a point where we can't lift anymore, and then we just have to bail out, or stop and reset the weight, or go down or go up in the weight. With Flexline, it's actually a whole new way of lifting. We call it the failure zone because you can come in and out of the zone as you please. So for example, if this is a graph of weight versus reps, a typical set would be, you set a pin or you pick a set of dumbbells, something like right here, whatever weight that might be. And then that weight you do for rep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until you hit your failure zone or failure point, and then you just gotta let the weight down. I mean, you just gotta rack it, because you can't go past that because you've now gotten to failure. What we like to do with the Flexline machine is do a lot more. We think we can get more out of the muscle by playing with the failure zone and keeping, what we like to do is stay in the failure zone. So, for example, I might even want to stay safe and say, I'm not going to go heavy right at the beginning. I don't know if that's going to hurt me. So let's start with 0. And then right as I start moving, I'm going to go into rep 1, rep 2, rep 3, right up into the failure zone. Okay? So now I might get to rep 3, might get to rep 5, whatever it is that I get into the failure zone. And now, let's say I let a little off. Now I go ahead and do rep 2, 3, and do a couple more reps. Now I'm in the failure zone again, and I'm just struggling to stay in with that rep. Now I'm going to let a little bit more off, and then I'm going to go another 2 reps. Now I'm going to let a little bit more off, and do another 2 reps. So what I'm doing is I'm fluttering in and out of the failure zone, and I'm getting a lot more stimulation of the muscle than I would if I just grabbed a single set or a single weight and just lifted to failure and then had to let it go. So this is a great way for hypertrophy, great for size and strength. A lot of the, anybody looking for that type of exercise, especially strength and size gains, this is the way to go. So I'm going to give you a quick demonstration. Thank you very much, Jordan. So I'll demonstrate this with just do a bench press. First off, let me show you that in order to get into position, instead of having to lift, because we're going heavy here, so the first thing you want to know is, how do I get these? Let's say if I was using dumbbells, you know what we do, right? We put the dumbbells on our knees, we kind of lift it up into position, hopefully not hurt our shoulders, because I've done that before, where I've lifted too heavy of a weight trying to get it into position. I'm telling you right now, injuries happen getting into position and getting out of position. The reason why is you're in a very compromised position. Your shoulder joints aren't supposed to be going back while lifting very heavy weights. Let's get rid of that hole altogether. Let's do this by removing all the weight so it's nice and light. No need to get heavy and go crazy with it right off the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and get into a position, maybe even do a couple reps without any weight on it. But the fact is, now that I'm in my range of motion, there's very little chance that I'm going to get injured. It's only when you go out of position, getting into position, or out of position that you're really high risk for injury. So now that I'm in the range of motion, I can kind of feel where that is. I can go ahead and add a little bit of weight. So what I'm going to demonstrate here is what we call, I'm going to fail on evens from 6 to 12. So that means I'm going to go for a whole set of 12 reps. You'll notice how I'm going to fail on rep 6, then I'm going to fail again on rep 8, 10, and then 12. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I got one more in me. Hold on. And 7. Okay, right about here I'm at failure, which is normally I would have to drop the weight and stop, lose my time under tension with the muscle. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down and I'm going to let a little out, which allows me to do another 2 reps. So now I'm at rep 8, and that's again, I'm at a failure point right here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to slowly come down, get the eccentric load, and let a lot more, which allows me to do another 2 reps. Now I'm at rep 10, and I'm going to let it slowly down, get that eccentric pull, and let a little more out. Now I'm going to do my last 2, and that's 12. Now I'm going to let it all out and safely put it down. So what I've just explained and demonstrated is a lot of things. One is how much safer it is to get in and out of the position even with heavy, heavy weight. Second, I should say, excuse me. Second is, I was able to get to a failure zone in 6 reps and then stay in that failure zone 4 times. So essentially, I did what I would have to do 4 sets of weight to get those 4 failure points in, and essentially saving myself a lot of time in the gym. Third, I was able to then get out of that position very safely by letting all the weight out. No need to bail, no need to throw weights, nothing like that. A lot safer. So that's one demonstration of the failure zone. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.